morning and welcome to Smile the Coffee on this beautiful Friday morning. We have made it to the end of the week, but at what cost, colleagues? At what cost? No. At what cost?
At what cost? Honestly speaking, this week I was fighting for my life. I don't want to get too somber, but you know how you actually talked about this beginning of the year, and I was just like, that has never really happened to me. You know when you're upset before the day, you know what I'm saying, the anniversary of the death. So I was just like, what is wrong with me? Like weeks leading up to it, and then the actual day. And then my mom is like, you know that today is your father's. I'm like, oh.
It's today?
No, it was not today. It was sometime in the week. So it was the Tuesday. So I was just like, oh, no wonder I'm like this. This is what's going on. And then you go through it and you're like, oh, the body remembers.
The body definitely remembers. And that's the thing about grief. I always say grief is like glitter. And yes, I know it's like, what? What do you mean grief is like glitter? Have you noticed that with glitter, if you put it on your hand, you can wash it off, but there'll always be traces of that glitter. You will carry it. Grief, you carry it everywhere. You just learn to live with it. It never goes away.
And it also sneaks up on you, because I really did not see it. And then something was like, remember what Diana was talking about, how leading up to the day she was just not okay. And I'm just like, oh, this happened to me just now. It took me a while to
understand and connect the dots.
Yeah. And it sneaks up on you. You could be just doing well, and then boom.
It just hits like, you.
Wow.
It just hits you. Yeah. At least, you know what, with grief, it's so difficult. But it's even, like I said the other day, it's worse when you're grieving someone who's still alive. But they're not a part of your life anymore. That is a different kind of grief. Obviously, you know, nothing changes you more than seeing somebody that you love being lowered into the ground. It's another thing knowing that that person is alive and well.
For me, I think it's the opposite. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe because we had such good fathers that were good fathers to us. Yeah. You have that thing of, if only he was here. I remember at his funeral, my prayer was, and at my big age, I was not even a kid. I mean, it was 5 years back. I was praying for, just give me more time with him. You know what I mean? Let's just rewind back to a year. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Just a little bit more time with him. So for me, it's just the feeling that you didn't get enough time to spend with.
You feel like you were robbed.
Yes.
You were robbed of your time with your dad.
My time with my dad. Yeah, it's that.
I understand. I mean, my dad passed away when I was 13.
Yes, you're so young.
I was very young, and I had just started high school. So you can imagine oh my goodness. And I actually got really emotional a couple of days ago when my sister was talking to my boyfriend, and she was saying that, no, Diana is somebody who likes to act independent, but deep down she is screaming and crying for help. It comes from our father passing away, because Diana was so close to our dad. I was the closest to my dad. And my sister even said she was my dad's favorite, you know, I was my dad's favorite. And so that's the reason I took my dad's death so hard. And that is still the reason to this day that I guess I'm hyper independent. I don't want people disappointing me, because my dad never disappointed me. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll just won't ask. I just will not ask, because then now you're going to disappoint me. But then if my dad were here, he would have never disappointed me. Yeah. Exactly. So it's one of those things that I realized, okay, so I have daddy issues, but not in the way people think. I have daddy issues. I have the opposite of daddy issues. Yes. Where it's like, but why can't every man be like him?
Yeah.
You actually think that most men are good men.
Yes, exactly.
Because of the father figures that we had and the male role models we had in our lives. So when you finally see, or when you meet somebody who is a questionable human being, a questionable figure in the male species, you're like,
what happened to you?
What happened to you?
Yes, but it's also like the story that, like, we had, you know what I mean, like good father figures,
yes.
right? But then you take a look at, okay, fine, we're talking about the polygamist. It is trending. I mean, I've not been able to go on my phone and I don't see anything about Jonasi. But it's a great example of, let's take a look at, Sarah was grieving her father who was still alive.
Yeah.
I feel like that's way worse.
This is what I was saying earlier. To say it's terrible to grieve somebody who is still alive. And you can see that they're well. You can see that they're fine.
But they're not making time for you. Yes.
They're not even, they're going out of their way to show you that you're not important. They're going out of their way to show you that you mean nothing to them.
So that pain, I actually cried when I was watching for Sarah, because I was just like, that would have been awful. Yeah. Like, that would have been really awful.
And it's even worse for Sarah because she was seeing how he was with his other children.
Yes.
And it's like, so what about me?
Yes, what about me?
No, the grief of the pain of grieving somebody who's still alive
is way worse.
It's terrible. It is a terrible pain because a part of you just has to accept that this is done. A part of you has to accept that this is how it is and it's not going to change.
I know this other guy who also has a, sorry for the word, but deadbeat father.
Yeah.
And so the mother would always tell him, oh, get ready, your father's going to come pick you up. Oh, he's going to come to the match. You know what I mean? And then every time he'll get his hopes high and only for them to be crushed. And then he's like, I wish my mom just told me from a young age, early on, look, this is who we're dealing with. You know what I mean? There's not much that he can give you, so that he could have stopped, because his pain was that he was grieving a version of his dad that didn't exist.
That's the thing.
Because he was hoping, and you know what I mean? This time is going to be different. Had he known earlier on, he could have just been like, oh, this is who my dad is. He's never going to change. Not for me, not for whatever.
Not for anyone.
Yes, this is who he is. I make my peace with it when I'm young, instead of carrying this till he was, older. And then he was like, no, this man was never going to change. So he was somewhat angry with his mom for not
telling him the truth.
He should have just sat me down and just said, hey,
this is how it is.
This is how it is. This is who he is.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, when you're grieving somebody who's still alive, you're grieving the version of them that you made up in your head.
Yes. That doesn't
or
exist.
Maybe even the version of them that showed up in the beginning.
Yeah, like you could say when he comes, I love the polygamist because she was really touching on real life issues.
Yeah.
That people are having, because you could see when he comes and then they buy him a birthday cake
and
what they're so Freedom is like annoyed and they're so excited to just have him for just a few hours. Yes, for just a few hours before he goes back to his real family. I'm putting that in air quotes. It was so sad to watch. And we have a lot of this in society. I mean, I grew up with aunties that will, the good food goes to the men, the kids eat like the pap.
Yes.
What was that? What was that? Like, you're prioritizing the men's happiness over your own children. That's why
a lot of kids end up growing up with resentment issues towards their parents. Because like you're saying, it was that thing of, why couldn't you just tell me that this is who he is?
Yes.
Then I wouldn't have built my hopes up. I would have just known, okay, fine. Yes, there will still be a small part of you. I mean, look at Sarah. She knew the kind of person that he was. But a part of her always held out hope for him. Like, oh, maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll change.
Because remember, it was the promise made to the mother that passed on to her. I will eventually tell Joyce.
Eventually.
And that's 20 years in. And eventually is looking like it's never going to come out.
Exactly. But anyway, we will now take a look at our reel of the day. Since we've touched on some pretty heavy topics, it's time to have a quick laugh. Let's take a look.
Guys, when someone posts a WhatsApp story, that does not mean they're able to answer your text. It doesn't mean they can take your call. It doesn't mean they can listen to your voice note. It just means they posted a WhatsApp story. This thing of assuming that when someone posts a WhatsApp story, it means they've... No.
Bruh.
Yeah, but I've been texting for an hour, and then you posted a story. My sister, I was in a meeting for that hour. And in that meeting, the client said, Robert, we're happy. We'll give you these millions. Here's the contract. I took my phone, unlocked, straight to story. God is good. Locked phone, back to meeting. when I saw, yeah, but how are you? Hey, it's because God is good. I'm still God is good in here. That's all I know. Ne? Okay. And then after I say, sorry, I missed your call and I didn't see your text. Didn't see them how when you posted it. Hey, I'll tell you how, my sister. There's no function on the WhatsApp app that says in order to post a story, you must go into someone's chat and then divert. No.
I always used to be that person. I was always that person that says, but you could post on your status.
Mm-hmm.
So why couldn't you respond to my text?
Why do you have that energy? And I have to say, I used to be that person, and then I became the thing with me, I don't post a lot. I actually don't even view people's status.
You are so boring.
I don't even view people's
status. Even if I wanted
status.
to attack you on my status, I could not.
You could not find me there, babes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the only time I check your status is if we're chatting and then there's a green circle.
And you're like, oh, what's happening?
Yes. But otherwise, if we were not chatting that day, what am I doing?
I realized even texting you on WhatsApp is hell.
You know, I have actually silenced my WhatsApps because I was just like, you know what, my mental health needs a chill pill.
I have to call you.
If it's urgent, she will text me or call me.
I have to call you.
Yes.
That time I have hot gossip. I'm like, that's it, Glenn. Glenn responds 24 hours later and you're like,
oh, girl,
well,
I'm just saying
now the tea is cold.
Just saying
the tea is cold.
Yes.
But the reason I say I am that person is because I would never do you like that.
Where
do you understand?
I'm leaving you on red,
but I'm posting on my status. Somebody, you know what? It's such a this is what happened to me. There was a homeboy that did that. You know, that whole thing of, oh, but you know, posting on my status
it's
doesn't
not the
require
same.
any effort, what. But then talking to you, I actually want to give you attention. And the first time I was like, until I became that person
and then you understood.
And then I understood, I'm like, oh, okay, because sometimes really and truly, maybe it's like a heavy, not even a heavy conversation.
I
but
just know I need to have, to mentally prepare myself
yes.
for this conversation or what
But
have
not
you.
even just that. You don't want to seem nonchalant. You don't want to seem like you're brushing the other person off. For example, my boyfriend would text me, oh, okay, so how's your day going? And you actually want to tell him, but you're like, babe, I'll respond in a bit, just, you know.
Yeah.
Even with my best friend, I will say that to her, like, I will respond in a little bit, just give me some time.
Yes.
So I realized, I'm like, oh, okay. But then again,
the other side also feels like you ignored me, but you're here posting.
No, for me, it's if we're having a heavy discussion, yes, fine, I understand. You can say, oh, but Diana, I want to give you my full attention. It's another thing if I just say good morning.
Yeah, I hear you.
You understand? Because again, if you wanted to, you would.
To be fair, I've been on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like, some people tell me, like, when they get busy, or life is just lifing. Let's not even say busy, but just life is just lifing. There's something that they're dealing with, it's stressful, it's what they shut down. Yeah. So even if they're posting, it looks like they're happy, they're fine, but they've shut down. They don't want to respond to your good morning. It's not because they're angry with you or whatever.
Not important.
I used to think
important to you.
It's just they can't show up for anything else.
I do not care.
Yes, that's what I used to. I used to take it so personally, and now I'm like,
still do.
Oh, no.
I still do, because really and truly, all it takes is just a thing of, I'll respond in a bit.
Yeah.
Do you understand? This is what my friend and I do.
Yeah.
She can send me a 10-minute voice note, right? All I have to say to her is, I'll listen to this later.
Yeah.
And she understands.
Yeah.
The same thing, if I send her like a message and I say, no, so Glenora today did this and whatever, she'll just be like, I'll respond in a bit. I'm just currently working on this or whatever. So this is just, I think you need to know your person.
I think you need to know your person, but that's the one thing that I started picking up. Like, so with some of these homeboys, I'm not saying all of them, some of them are just ghosting you guys. So
I know, for real.
Just know, it's just,
for real.
You are just ghosted. He, whatever, had his fun and now he's doing the thing.
Yeah.
But some of them genuinely feel like they need to show up a certain way for you. So opening the message to you and even saying, hey, it's almost like, oh, I'm disappointing her.
Okay.
And you get what I'm saying? So now he's giving himself, lashes for, you get, like, if I open the message and then I say I'll respond later, like, to him that's way worse.
But this is why conversations are important.
Yes. Tell me what is going on with you.
Tell me, not even tell me what is going on with you. Tell me, okay, Glenn, I prefer that if you're busy, you text me.
Yeah.
And then you tell me, okay, Diana, I prefer that when I'm busy, I just go quiet.
Yes.
You guys find middle ground.
Exactly.
Because this thing of trying to guess what the other person is thinking or what the other person is doing, this is what ruins things.
Exactly.
Rather sit and be straight up. But then again, also, if you've told this person 15,000 times, hey, I prefer it when you tell me, I will respond later, and they still don't, then just know they don't want to.
Exactly. Anyways, Diana and I can always chat up a storm on the other side of the break. We are getting into your bizarre top stories.
Namibia is a land of movement, with waves that never stop reaching forward. Here, adventure is not something we search for. It is something we are born into. In every corner of this country, creativity rises, from artists, from athletes, from dreamers. And when the world comes to explore Namibia, they discover something extraordinary. Because when sport moves people, creativity moves ideas, and tourism moves the world toward us. Something powerful happens. A platform where movement meets imagination, where industries connect, where opportunity grows, where Namibia's next chapter begins. Welcome to the Creative Sport Tourism Expo. Exhibit, partner, experience. Creative Sport Tourism.
Now, starting off our top stories, Kat Matlala is in the headlines, and this time for something that is, Anyway, Matlala turns state witness in explosive 228 million rand SAPS tender corruption case. Matlala is appearing before the Pretoria Magistrates Court, appeared on Thursday, where it was confirmed that he had entered into a plea agreement with the state following 2 months of consultations with prosecutors. The businessman admitted to charges of fraud, corruption, and money laundering linked to the controversial Medicare 24 tender awarded to his company Medicare 24 Tshwane District. As part of the agreement, Matlala will now testify for the state against his co-accused in what is expected to significantly strengthen the prosecution's case in one of the country's most politically sensitive corruption trials. The state revealed that Matlala has already compiled a detailed statement implicating several high-profile individuals, not only in the SAPS tender scandal, but in other alleged corrupt activities. In terms of the plea and sentencing agreement, the state and the defense have agreed that the court should deviate from the prescribed minimum sentencing guidelines. Matlala is expected to receive an effective 15-year direct imprisonment sentence with 7 years suspended. The agreement further provides that his sentences will run concurrently. The court is expected to consider and confirm the sentencing arrangement as part of the finalization of the plea deal. His case will proceed independently in the regional court, while the main fraud and corruption proceedings against his co-accused continue. The broader case involves allegations of widespread irregularities in the awarding of a SAPS health services tender, initially valued at approximately 360 million rand. Investigators previously found that procurement processes were manipulated, with millions of rands allegedly paid out unlawfully before the contract was ultimately cancelled in May of 2025. His testimony is also expected to shed light on the roles played by senior officials and private sector players implicated in the scandal. The case has already drawn national attention due to the involvement of high-ranking police officials and the scale of the alleged corruption. Further developments are expected as the state prepares to utilize Matlala's testimony in its ongoing prosecution of the remaining accused. Now, I will be honest, I haven't been following this case.
Till now, me too.
Till now.
I just saw the memes that were trending, was it a few months back?
Where the Woolies bag?
Yes, the Woolies bag. But that's it. That's all I know about the story.
Yeah.
And now that he's turned state witness, I'm like, okay, interesting.
This is very interesting that he's turned state witness, because the fact that he is testifying against his co-accused, the people that he was in cahoots with.
And he's like, you know what?
You know what, Glenn?
I don't want to spend...
I'm going to save myself.
The way things are looking, it's bad for all of us.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's something deeper here.
There's something deeper here.
I feel like something is happening.
You know, they do say there's no honor among thieves. I'm not saying that they're thieves. But do you get what I'm saying? There's no honor among thieves.
No.
So somebody probably did someone dirty under the tables, and now it's like, you know what?
I don't think so, because I feel like Kat is smart. I feel like he's playing them like a fiddle. I feel as though he has some trick up his sleeve that is just going to be explosive, because you saw how he was in those first...
He was so arrogant.
Very arrogant, very confident, very cocky. And then now all of a sudden he is up there on some guilty, very modest... Nah.
He's playing
something. Little too perfect. It's a little too crafted and scripted. I don't know. I feel as though in a few months something explosive is going to come up. Something is going to happen, because it doesn't seem
I feel like it happened overnight. Do you get what I'm saying? It's almost black and white. Like like overnight you know what I mean?
Turned state witness.
Yeah.
Kat, that was there threatening the witness.
Yes, come on. What's your name?
What's your name? Leitenberg.
Okay.
You know?
And now he's the one who's turned state witness.
And because of all the high profile people involved in this case?
Nah, man. Yes,
I don't know.
Because also, I hear what you're saying. It was overnight. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
according to them, it was 2 months.
Yeah, but still, to us, the public, it feels just a little bit like... I actually wonder what social media has to say about this. I want to go through... I did see it on social media, but I didn't look at the comments.
I'm sure TikTok will have gang comments.
Yeah. I'm sure they will. I don't even know if we have time for the next story, because it's quite heavy.
Yeah.
And I think we need to go into a discussion on it.
No, definitely. It's one of those stories that needs
some introspection.
Yeah.
So do tune in on Monday. We are going to be taking a look at Oprah Winfrey and her remarks that she made about the late Whitney Houston. And the social media peeps, they are up in arms, they are angry, and obviously we will discuss and divulge in it. So do tune in on Monday's Smell the Coffee. On that note, I do hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. From us, the Smell the Coffee team, it's adios.